So I usually get up around 7:30, have breakfast at 8 with my host parents.
So it takes us about 25 minutes to walk to school, but it's always an enjoyable walk. You have the option to get a bicycle, and so a lot of students ride bicycles to school. Other students take rickshaws.
The rickshaw takes us to class, and then we have 4 hours of class, and it's like different classes every day, so that's really nice because it kind of like mixes things up. You have grammar some days, and then some days you don't have grammar.
We have a test every Friday, so that kind of academic week is geared towards that.
And then after class, generally, I either have a language partner meeting or I will go to a cooking class, and that's pretty cool.
We stay at class until around 4 or 5 every day, and then a lot of people will do sports or work out or go for walks afterward.
I personally like walking because you get to see the daily street life of India.
Maybe we'll go to cafes, get some food, do some homework.
Do some homework, relax, drink some iced coffee, kind of like unwind from the day.
And then come home, have dinner, sometimes study more, and then do it again the next day.
So I love my homestay. I'm staying just with one host mom, and she has a dog. The dog's name is Sweetie, and the dog really is sweet.
I happen to have a flat, and then they help us with that, work all those details out, meet our landlords, paperwork, etc.
Our host family situation is very relaxed. It's an older Shia couple.
My homestay family is part family in a traditional sense where you get included in some of the family events and meals, and there's also a paying guest house, which a lot of Indian college and master's students come and live here as well, which is nice for me because I get to spend time with Indian students my own age and get to know more about what their lives are like.
And we have our own separate rooms. There are 3 of us living there. So we have our own privacy, but we eat together. They cook us meals and we eat with them, converse over the dinner table.
And they understand personal space, and they are happy to give that to us.
Don't spend too much time in our room though. Our family's pretty accepting, so we like to spend a lot of time out there hanging out with them, watch films or TV. So we spend a lot of our time in here. At the table doing work sometimes. So we play games, we watch movies together. Raikaji's cooking is the best Indian food I've ever had, so that's always been fantastic thus far.
Clothing-wise, it's really fun because you get to go shopping and it's cheap and everything is beautiful. Like, I don't really like shopping in the US, but I love shopping here.
I'm currently wearing a kurti, which is a kind of a long blouse, and a dupatta, and just some leggings.
This is a full suit. This is a dupatta, little scarf, which also sweat rag, and these are a salwar.
I had never been to India before, and I thought that I was just going to be like, the clothing was going to be very restrictive and I was going to be very uncomfortable all the time, and that's just not the case. Clothing here centers around like very breathable fabrics, which is nice.
There are a bunch of fabric shops. I went to a fabric shop, saw a bunch of fabrics I liked. I took it to the women's tailor. They measured me really quickly, and now I have suits that are tailored to my own body that fit like a glove, which is a pretty exciting thing.
When packing, I would suggest not bringing anything that shows your shoulders or your knees.
Leave your, tight mini skirt at home. I don't own one of those, but also no shorts. You can't wear shorts. Even men don't really wear shorts.
I never wear a sleeveless shirt when I'm here. I always wear at least a t-shirt.
I always wear long pants. I very often wear button-up shirts. Roll my sleeves up because it's really hot.
Button-downs and polos seem to be what Indian men my age wear most. Of course, jeans, khakis, anything like that is totally fine. Yeah, I mean, India can be a little high intensity at times, but I've always enjoyed that challenge.
There's a lot of traffic, a lot of people, and a lot of stimulation all the time. So it's really hot, it's really colorful, it's really beautiful, it's really tough sometimes to see people living on the street.
When you first get here, it seems like, if you've never been here, And so I can speak to that because I've never been here before. It seemed like utter chaos, the roads, the streets, getting around. So you kind of have to have a thick skin when it comes to traveling in rickshaws.
In India, there is always just a lot of sensory information coming at you all the time, and I was not prepared for that when I first came here. There's always a lot of noise, a lot of smells, a lot of people around you, and I would say definitely it's challenging to be a woman here. I think it's challenging to be a foreigner in general, and then being a woman presents its own obstacles. I definitely have less independence here than I have at home, and I have to be much more aware of my surroundings. There are a lot of expectations about how you act, how you dress, who you talk to, who you make eye contact with or don't. I think if you make eye contact or smile at a man on the street, it's considered flirtatious, not just friendly. And it could be an invitation for something more aggressive to happen.
It's good to be patient. It's good to see every little difficulty or challenge as an opportunity, even though that's kind of a cliche. I mean, some of your most memorable experiences will come from like less than ideal situations.
I think it depends on the person. Lots of people like to do something social and stick together in groups. Personally, I love my downtime and relaxing on my own and going for workouts.
Honestly, when I just go to bed and I get to have the lights off and peace and quiet and be by myself, that is a nice way to unwind for me.
I mean, I do yoga and meditation quite frequently too, so that always helps me stay relaxed.
There are good specialists, mental health specialists and also physical health specialists here. They have very good services here.
You should know where your pharmacies are, know what medicines you can get, those types of things.
Drinking water, that's honestly the most basic and incredible thing.
I brought my ukulele, which is really small and is really fun to play on my own and has been fun with everyone I've met here, Indian and Americans. Everyone is excited about it.
I talk with my family a lot, so I'll Skype with them like once or twice a week.
I mean, it's great to talk to home a lot. It's great to think about maximizing your time in India instead of being homesick and thinking about all the things you can't do, thinking about all the things that being here allows you to do.
The best thing that I've learned in India is to just let go and to just go with the flow and not try to fight it too much.
To expect things to be immediate, you're going to just be frustrated. So you have to sort of deal with, there's a different rhythm and, style here.
Openness, flexibility, an ability to go with the flow.
We really encourage each other, and we allow each other to vent a little bit, and then we remind ourselves how much we enjoy it here.